I am a civil rights leader, also a politician. My life and my view on the world is all black and white to me. Mostly black, very little white. I had only seen two white people in my entire life by the time I was 6 years old. I was sitting in church with my family one day in 1904 as I was singing a song to the Lord with my voice off key in a piano with chipped and broken keys.
Out of nowhere, I saw these things in white bed sheets walk into my church. All was quiet. I thought angels were coming from heaven to save me, when instead it was all the opposite. They started beating up everyone in church and yelling and swearing. I didn't know what was going on. I was so scared.
I couldn't open my eyes. From that moment on, I knew I needed to take a stand on segregation and all the horrible things that were going on.
I took vacation to Buffalo, New York, and for the first time in my entire life, I witnessed a white man and a black man working together and unsegregated.
There were no signs over the water fountain saying white and colored. This place was a place that I wanted to see all over the country. As I was going through college, I began to take a stand for civil rights.
I took part in many marches, bus boycotts, and nonviolent protests for voters' rights for racial equality.
I was one of 13 original Freedom Riders that consisted of 7 whites and 6 blacks that stood up for unsegregated bus travel. I had been beaten by angry mobs, though my protest consisted of no violence whatsoever. I had been arrested a total of 24 times. Still, that alone could not stop me.
In 1963, my efforts in civil rights have been recognized, and I was named one of the Big Six leaders in civil rights.
I was a chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, also known as the SNCC.
I had a big part in planning the Washington March and planning for the famous I Have a Dream speech by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I recognized voters' registration drivers during the Mississippi Freedom Summer of the following years.
I had led over 600 protesters across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama. I had always gotten a bunch of crap from so many countless violent people and getting attacked, harassed, and beaten.
During the march, we got attacked brutally by state troopers and was called Bloody Sunday. It was called Bloody Sunday.
After over 40 arrests and serious injuries done to me, I still kept on sticking up for civil rights and nonviolence. Even after I had left the SNCC, I was still very involved in civil rights.
I worked as an associate director of the Field Foundation and then the Southern Religion Council and became the director of Voter Education Project. Yes, civil rights was my passion, and I was not about to stop until equality and justice was served.
By the year 1977, President Carter appointed me to direct over 250,000 volunteers of Action, which is a federal volunteer agency.
By the year 1981, I was elected to Atlanta City Council and then onto the U.S. House of Representatives in November 1986.